Welcome back, awesome action toy fans and subscribers. Yes, it is skeleton time, 1/12 scale. These are by Kulu World, you can see there, or at least that's the, if not the brand name, the story name, by SToy, it says. Okay, very, very cool. I got these today. All four cost me in pounds around about £100, so around about 25 quid each. I've got a few 1/12 scale things. I do have a 1/12 scale Mythic Legion skeleton, which is amazing. Link in the top right if you want to see that review. So I've also got the Storm Collectibles Golden Axe double pack skeletons, which are okay. Not bad. Again, link in the top right if you want to see that review too. And I've got these to go along with that because I'm doing sort of a obviously a fantasy sort of collection, that in 1/12 scale, amongst some other things too, but here and there. Okay, if you like this sort of content, you want to see this sort of content early and chance to win prizes and so forth, please consider joining the Patreon. Link in the top right now. It doesn't cost you anything to click that button to have a look and see if you want to become part of the Patreon family. The link is also in the video description below. Okay, so have a quick look at these boxes. All quite similar, and just gives it a little bit of a story right on the side. From the ashes of time came the walking Kulus. They return from the afterlife. Gaze upon souls of the living, hunger for battles and blood. Resurrect them. Build your own legion. And then I think the back is pretty much the same. Yeah, and the side story is the same, and then just quite simple, not that expensive at 25 each. I've paid more for 1/18 scale figures. Look pretty cool. There is some difference between some of them. Obviously the accessories and the colouring. But let me get these open, set them up and see what they're like. So I'll be back in an instant. Okay, here they are. First impressions. For the price point, 25 quid each, and that included delivery to me here in China. They are actually really, really good. Obviously not going to be as good quality or as nice as your Mythic Legions, which are obviously a different price point, but these are fantastic, and I think they're going to scale pretty well, but we'll have a look at that in a moment. Now there is some issues, or let me rephrase that, things I haven't worked out. So for example, they all come with different colour cloth material. I've no idea how to get that around them, because I can't seem to take the legs out, and I don't want to force too much. I can't pull the body out. I've tried that and I don't want to force too much. And this is one piece, so I've yet to figure that out. What is really nice, you see these pauldrons on their shoulders, like here. You actually put out a part from their back, this bone from the back, and where that peg went in is where the pauldron plugs in. So it's really nice. When you take the pauldron out, you push this back in, and you don't have an unsightly hole in the back of your figure, which is really, really cool. They also all come with a base, which I've not shown here, and they all come with two open hands, a left and a right, and the left one to this I've put on the Reaper figure here. So let's have a look at them all. First, start of the Knight. I've only put one pauldron on him, so I'll show you what I mean with the back. Pretty nice looking, and these parts just, you can see the gap. They just open up and go around. Simple but effective. And you see on the back, this is the bone part that you pull out, this bony plate on his back there. And you can plug in the pauldron, and the pauldron will have some movement as well. Very nice looking. But if he had his thing on, he would look better with that. But I haven't figured out. I've tried to go over the legs. It's too small. I tried to pop out a leg a minute ago, and just then, maybe if I pop out from the doesn't want to come. I don't want to pull the body out too much because it's a different. It's not a joint connection that we're used to, or the normal joint connection. I'll talk about that in a moment. So I've yet to work that out. Maybe I'll contact them and see. Tell me how to do this. Okay, so that's the Knight. Here's the soldier. He has this other piece of cloth. I think that's for his. I think that's probably for his chest and his sort of over his chest sort of thing going down across. Anyway, I'll put it over his waist. He's got this really nice shield, good details, good pauldrons. Helmet. You can change the angle of the horns. They come unattached. I just attached them facing forwards. Different sword, almost a Greek style sword, but she's holding sort of backwards there. I've just realised. There we go. Pretty cool. And you can see, quite easy to stand up and pose. as well. Now the Reaper, who's really quite cool, he actually comes with real metal chains. You see that he's got a chain from his main weapon here. You see that his side. You see that there's chains for his legs, chains for his hands, and these again just can fit other figures too, because they just go over the forearms and the shin bones. And he's have chains to the open hand on his left hand there. Very mean looking. I love those sort of horns coming out of his pauldrons there. Very, very atmospheric. And lastly, Eyes, who comes with some soft goods. Let's get my Reaper to stand first. He's going to stand for me now. There we go. So it looks like he's got the same sword as the Knight, just a blob of gold paint, which doesn't do much favours to it. It's pretty shoddy paint work on that blob, but soft goods, this little sort of a metallic green skull round in there. Different on the pauldron of the skulls, different head sculpt, 3 eyes, sort of vampiric teeth, little horns from the chin, golden on the forearm parts, and sort of a material look on his legs. Comes with rips, but that's okay. It's undead, you expect that. What's nice is the cape is actually quite high. You fold it back around because there's 2 holes, and then the pauldrons plug through the holes into his back to keep the sort of cape, the soft goods in place. So pretty damn cool. Oops. Let's get him standing up again before I go through articulation. Now the joint system on this is not ideal, but it's better than I thought it would be while looking at the joints. With the Storm collectibles, Golden Axe skeletons, I didn't like those joints. This is a little bit similar, but they actually work a lot better. So we'll look at the Knights. So let's get a bit of a focus going first. Articulation head. He can move up and down. So his chin can actually into his ribcage. Obviously there's a left and a right. He's got double. He's got from the neck and he's got from the head as well. No side to side. The jaw is articulated. Shoulders, fantastic. I can't go that high. All the way around. Double bicep bend. And look at this. Move that sword out the way. He can touch his forearm, his radius and ulna, to his humerus bone. I definitely can't do that. And it's not too ugly on the elbow joint. So that's better than expected. Now the waist is interesting. I think it's wire in there. Because it bends. It bends. It bends. It bends. Which is absolutely fantastic for posing. But you might only get 300 bend life out of it or whatever. We're not quite sure on that. Hands is your simple joint, so that they are all wave articulation, which is fine, not holding guns. Legs is going to be full splits on the side splits, full splits on the front splits. I'll take off his armor. Double kneecap, and of course it's really, really skinny because he's got no muscles or anything. And look at that. You can't ask for tighter. Really quite cool. And then the foot is a plug-in joint, so we do get a... Do we get a boot turn? I hope we get a boot turn. Yeah. So we've got a boot turn. We got a small foot swivel. And we got a decent tippy toe. And a not bad dorsiflexation. These are nice figures. I think that as a, I don't know if this is a new brand or a new toy line, but I think it's if it is, it's definitely a good first release. So let me just unplug this and I'll plug in his pauldron on the other side. Simple push in, and there we go. Very, very nice. Okay, so let me just move some of these accessories forwards and out the way, and we'll have a comparison to my Mythic Legions. So here is it, Malleus Mythic Legions. Now he is looking bigger already, but he's standing in front. Let me stand him straight and we can get a comparison and see if these are going to be compatible. Now they're both supposed to be the 1/12 scale, but Mythic Legions are a bit large. If I shift these guys over, and you can feel the weight difference between the Mythic Legion, Malleus, and these Kulu guys. Let's push his chain around as well. I'll put Malleus next to the knight since the knight is standing straight. Get a better idea of size comparison. Ah, better than I thought it would be. It's my buddy. Just that the skulls are considerably bigger on the Mythic Legions, but they can work together. It's just a shame those skulls are just slightly big. I mean, you could, in theory, get a different skull to these guys because their heads should just pop off, which I'll have a look at if that's quite easy in a moment. But yeah, I think that does work together. So let's have a look at this head. We know the head plugs in from the top and it also plugs in from the neck. If I pull, neck part comes off. And that is a ball. So there we go. It's going to depend on the Mythic Legions head. Let's have a quick. This is also a ball, also a neck. So there's a bit of copying going on here by Kulu, but the ball is bigger. So if I was to pop that back in, put Malleus head on top. Colours that match. Head is a bit big, but it could work. So if you've got spare heads lying around, or you've got some printed ones, and now I've just taken this drawer apart, you can use them as, to make bigger skulls. Looks pretty good if that is drawer as well. Drawer is just a simple ball joint push in the top, which I'm going to struggle with now since I've taken his head off. So a quick try before I give up. There we go. Oh, one side didn't. Only one side was in. Let's quickly take that off. So if I show you underneath, you see the two little holes that this should push into. And along, there's one, there's two. There we go. Hopefully that'll be nice and secure now. There we go. So quite easy. And again, he stands up straight away first time. Okay, let's push this back into Malleus. Great figures. They will work with your Mythic Legions, though the skulls, as I said, and as you can see, are a touch smaller. And I think for the price paid, they are good value for money. Okay, this is Awesome Action Toys signing out, saying if you like this sort of content, please consider joining the Patreon, and I will see you in the next video. Subscribe to this channel, smash that notification bell icon so you don't miss videos as they're published, and I'll see you soon. Stay happy, keep collecting. Bye-bye.